Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I am here to talk about episodes 2 and 3 of Young, Famous, and African. Oh, good episodes. I'm sorry, I'm so over Annie. I don't feel sorry for Annie. Yes, what happened to her with this miscarriage, I'm sure it was very devastating, but it does not give her license to come in and just take out all of her resentment, anger, frustration on these people. It's almost as though she feels like because she had a miscarriage that nobody knew about, that they're supposed to just take her crap. And that's just not happening. So yeah, I feel sorry for her, yes, but it does not negate how she has been moving to the point where the whole crew is over Annie. And I don't blame them. She needs help. I believe Annie is depressed. She becomes childlike when she wants to play the victim. She can't let go of anything. She is holding on so tight to this issue that she got with Swanky because it made her look bad to her kids. And it's to the point where she's obsessing over it. Even when she was telling Naked about her miscarriage, she wanted to start bashing Swanky and he had to just stop her. It's like she is deranged at this point. And it was so weird to see her on the phone with Tubaba. I want to come home. I want to come home. And she said it so many times. I'm like, is she asking for permission to come home? Like, what the hell is going on? But then I realized maybe she was asking for him to send the plane. Maybe that's what it was. But it was the whole demeanor in the way she was acting and the pouty faces she be making and the way she be looking at people to validate her feelings. Like when she was talking to Naked, it was like, this woman is cuckoo. This woman does not need to be on this show. Part of me feels like it's scripted, but this whole thing with Annie, I don't believe it's scripted. I really believe that lady got a problem. All right, so let's get into the episode. That's my thing on Annie for now, but I will be circling back to Annie because Annie has been showing her ass, and it is annoying, it's childish, it's just plain nasty. Zari is playing a dangerous game with her little young husband. First episode, when he was making his feelings known about feeling disrespected, and then to come to find out that he's never even met Diamond, not for real, other than, the 10 years ago before he and Zari were a thing. I remember thinking, like, how do you know what? You should feel disrespected if you've seen this yourself. Why are you feeling so disrespected if you've never been around the two of them at the same time? Like, what is going on, right? So come to find out, Zari is feeding this man information, which is why he feels disrespected. Zari is playing this game where she is trying to pit the two against one another, which is so dumb because you got kids with Diamond. You cancel him, I guess, to prove a point to him whenever he's not doing what you want him to do. And also, I believe you have been forced to cancel him in some instances because your new man is insecure about y'all relationship. So at the end of it all, it's the kids that suffer. She's trying to, I don't know, she's not thinking this through. But I guess she's so used to playing this type of game with people because you can tell Zari likes to pick with people. She likes to manipulate people. She likes to manipulate people's perception and just, everybody around her. She likes to try to manipulate them in some kind of way to her benefit. It's like she get this little sick satisfaction out of playing this game, but it's really dangerous when you playing that game with the father of your kids and your new husband. Now, I must say Diamond handled that conversation with Shakib like a man. He heard him out. Part of me was expecting Diamond to, get a little rowdy with him when he was being so direct about what he wants out of Diamond and, how he wants him to act around Zari. I really was expecting Diamond, to like stand up a little bit. It's a good thing that he didn't because I think Diamond realized right off the bat that Everything this man is saying and feeling is because Zari has spun a story and lied to him. Like the whole wanting to have a kid with Diamond. Diamond's like, that was her idea. And I think he proved the point, or proved the fact that he was telling the truth, because he was like, get me on the phone. Get me on the phone with her when you have this conversation with her. And so Shaqui was just, he was left looking like a fool, because in that moment he realized Zari possibly had been lying to him. Zari has been lying to this man. And, and that is so cruel. Number one, he's young. I know he's not as experienced as Zari, but he is easily manipulated. It's quite obvious. Like, I don't know what she's getting out of it from that aspect. You putting your husband in this position to be insecure and to possibly act out in some way. Like, I guess that feeds something in her, but you're not even thinking about your husband's feelings at this point, because it's obvious that this is really bothering this boy. And I'm gonna stop calling him a boy, because he really did handle that conversation with Diamond like a man as well. He is obviously mature for his age. So I'm gonna try to stop calling him a boy. It's just, he looks so young, but he was really, he handled the conversation like a man. And I know I initially said I felt like this marriage was a sham, for the show, for views, for a storyline. But just seeing him interact with Diamond, I think he in it for real. Now, whether or not Zari's in it for real is a totally different story. I don't know what Zari is in it for. It would be sad to see that she's in it just to make Diamond mad. That would be awful. But let's talk about this canceling of Diamond to the point where she don't even let the kids talk to him. I was just left wondering, like, what did he do to make her go to that extreme? Now, I know she mentioned the fact that, her run-in with Fantana, she's blaming Diamond for that. And I guess he is partially to blame, because he told Fantana some stuff about her being bitter and this and that. But at the end of the day, it's really not his fault that they had their run-in, because we saw last season, as soon as Fantana hit the scene, Zari had smoke for her. So Zari, you picked that fight with that girl. You don't have to fight with every woman that Diamond messed with. You chose that battle. Fantana did not start that battle with you. You started that battle. But she is blaming Diamond for this beef that she had with Fantana. Yeah, he was wrong for talking crap about her to Fantana. I agree with that. But that's not the reason why you and Fantana had words on the internet, ma'am. That's not the reason. It's because you picked that fight with that girl. I just love, this season, I got like a love-hate relationship with Zari. Or I ain't even gonna say love-hate, love-dislike. Because I see how she moving when it comes to these men, but at the same time, I enjoyed every morsel of how she read Annie for filth at that dinner. Annie is a nasty soul, and she deserved all of that. She told Annie, what were her words? I love their wordplay, how they choose. I love their wordplay. She told Annie something about you're tending to other people's home when you need to be tending to yours. Your man out here having these kids. And what are you doing? What are you doing? Your career has pretty much stalled, which was so sweet, because in her little confessional talking about Nadia, I guess Nadia has released music. It ain't doing nothing. Nadia her career is not progressing. The fans ain't buying her music. She talked about how Nadia was in mourning. I think if you follow Nadia on social media, Nadia lost her boyfriend a couple of years ago. I think it's been over a year. So Annie knew that Nadia was in mourning, but she chose to attack her anyway. Think about that. She chose to attack her anyway, but she wants some type of grace because she had a miscarriage that nobody knew about, by the way. But she didn't give Nadia that same grace. It's crazy to see Annie in those confessionals and even in front of Khalifi. I'm going to butcher this woman's name. I don't know if it's Khalifi. I'm going to call her Khalifi. Even in front of Khalifi, she was like, yeah, Nadia's in mourning, so I'm going to give her some grace and blah, 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 blah. But girl, you attacked her first. You didn't give her no grace. You didn't give her the same grace that you want. So that's why I say Annie is a nasty soul, but Zari read her ass down so much so she was looking for Swanky for help. And Swanky was looking like, girl, you been talking about me too. And speaking of that, it's funny how everybody has been snitching on Annie. Nadia snitch, Fantana snitch. They are sick of her. And I don't even know why Annie was surprised that Fantana told what she said. Like, girl, I mean, she was looking at Fantana like, really, Fantana? Yeah, you said those things. Stand up in it. You said it. And so she was at this table trying to play the victim like, oh, all of y'all attacking me. And first of all, Swanky wasn't going to bother you. Swanky actually felt sorry for her. She pulled Swanky in it, talking about, Swanky, you're just going to sit there? Hell yeah, I'm going to sit there. You deserve all of this, ma'am. All of it. But yeah, it's obvious Annie does not want to be cool with these people. She just she needs to leave the show because she cannot let go. Like this whole play the voice note, Swanky, play the voice note. Like play the voice note. Like she was so adamant about that voice note. I was like, what damn voice note is she talking about? And coming to find out, it's from last season when he said, and I don't know if he said he had a voicemail or he had recorded the conversation. He just said he overheard Annie talking crap about him to her manager. They made up last season. She's bringing it into this season and she still can't let it go. Annie dangerous. And can I just say, Diamond has to be the sweetest fuckboy in history. Like, you know he ain't no good. He tell you he ain't no good. He tell you you got a lot of women. He tell you you got to say sweet things to women. He tell you that he's seeing other women, but he don't tell these women. But he say it so sweet. And he compliments you. He tell you you pretty. And he talks with his voice. He is a very charming fuckboy. And it is so sweet. So I found myself conflicted on how I view Diamond. Like, I like Diamond. I like Diamond. And I'm embarrassed to say it. And I just knew once Lewis and Fantana made up that he was going to tell Fantana what Diamond said. I still believe he's going to tell Fantana. He's going to tell Fantana what Diamond said. Diamond said they just buddies. They just F buddies. And so I bet Lewis can't wait to tell her. Initially, I thought he was going to tell her out of spite. But now that now that they've made up, I think he's going to tell her because he cares about her. And Lewis is he's corny. He's young. But I think Lewis really does have a sweetheart. So sweet that I think he is out of his league with this group. Lord, they give him so much smoke. He's trying to stand up. He's trying to defend himself. God bless him. I hope he prevails in that. But I think he's out of his league with this group, especially when Fantana attacked Lewis like that. It was so nasty. She went too far with it. But it was good to see her apologize to him. And he was so receptive to the apology. He could have been like, girl, F you. But he was so receptive to that apology. And I was like, oh, he is so sweet. I like Lewis. This just may not be the group for him, though. And speaking of Fantana, Lord, Diamond got this girl wrapped around his finger. Like, Fantana stand up. Fantana stand up. It's going to end badly, especially when it gets out that he has a girl. But I guess that doesn't even matter because she's been told he has a girl and she keep going back for more. Diamond got the poor girl whipped. And there's no help for Fantana. There is no help for Fantana. And now she might be pregnant. Honestly, I believe that's writing. I don't believe Fantana is pregnant. At least I hope this girl is not pregnant. That would just be awful. Like Nadia said, girl, you can't be pregnant by Diamond. She didn't say you can't be pregnant. Girl, you can't be pregnant by Diamond of all people. Come on. Khalifa, she didn't have much going on these 2 episodes other than trying to spar with Zari. And all I can say to that is, girl, Zari can spar. You need to be friends with her. Be cool with her like Nadia. I think Nadia has realized this woman is a little messy, but I'm just going to be very surface with her. That's what Khalifa needs to do. Just pick up, just do what Nadia is doing. And Khalifa, I think Annie is going to stab her in the back. It's bound to happen. And I think Khalifa will also pick up on the fact that Annie does not want peace. Annie wants to war. And I think that's going to turn Khalifa off. We shall see. We shall see. I can't wait to finish. I really want to, I think I'm going to do 2 episodes per day because I really want to get into Wax Riches. And I can't really do 2 shows at once, come in and review 2 shows at once. My brain just ain't set up like that. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap up Young, Famous, and African. I hate to rush it because it's really good. And yeah, that is the plan. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow.